What's going on, guys? So if you saw recently, I did a storytime video on this Benchmade attache case and the drama that unfolded through eBay, where I wanted one, then I technically won one, then I got a refund, and then I never got one. So right after that, before I even recorded the video, I still wanted a Benchmade case. So I ended up buying one, not this one, but their newest one, which is this. All right, and you can see I have a little sticker here from Knife Joy. That's the company that I bought it from. I actually bought this on eBay. It was 60 bucks. All right, that's I think what Benchmade sells them for too, but they're pretty much 60 bucks everywhere you look. So I ended up getting it on eBay. It's funny because after I made this video, I had a good friend on Instagram suggest this, and I was laughing because I'm like, yeah, we think alike. You had a great idea because I already did that. I bought one. Knife Joy. I got, again, random eBay seller, but it turns out that I think they're a dealer. I saw that they're on Instagram as well. So I got a cool little sticker or decal for the gun case there. But yeah, they sell all kinds of stuff, all kinds of knives. But this is Benchmade's, I guess, their current brag bag, or basically a little storage display bag. So these are really cool. Now this is $60 because it's an official Benchmade one, and that was important to me to get one from Benchmade, just like the original. Okay, means something to me. Some people, they just wouldn't care, but I'm only putting Benchmades in here. It was just a thing that I wanted, so I went with this one for 60 bucks. However, BladeHQ has the same cases with a BladeHQ logo. I think they have green, blue, and black, like a good hunter green, a really bright blue, which obviously goes with Benchmade, if you happen to collect Benchmades, and just a straight up black one that actually holds even more knives than this. It's pretty much the exact same design, but a slightly different layout on the inside. They sell them on BladeHQ for $17. Now there's not that many left. I looked at the inventory. I think there's, I don't know, 4 or 5 of each, maybe 10 of one of the colors. But that's a heck of a deal. If you happen to like this case and you don't want to spend 60 bucks like I did, you know, you could buy them for $17. And I saw them on Amazon as well for $14. All right, so they don't have to be an expensive case. $60 is a lot of money for a lot of people for a knife storage case. Now, you don't even have to get this style. There's a ton of knife storage cases. Like I mentioned before, Spyderco has theirs. BladeHQ has one. I don't know exactly what they charge for it, but they have one that's like, it's a much bigger roll that holds like, I don't know, 30 knives or 40 knives or something like that. But what's kind of cool about these is it's totally different design. It has the handle. Of course, if it gets nice and heavy, you can use the handle to carry it if you needed to. Has the strap, so it keeps it closed. But you can see there's 2 large grommets on the tops, and that is so that you can hang this on a door or something. Okay, so you can put hooks through here and hang it up so it'll just kind of just hang there so you can see all your knives. Now on this one, you can see I have a few of my Benchmade Balisongs. I actually kind of split them between both cases. I have the much older ones in here, and then I have some of the newer-ish ones here. I have a non-Benchmade here because if you notice this layout, it holds 4 knives on the bottom, and these are wide pockets. Now, Balisongs aren't that wide of knives, but you can get any knife that would fit in here, any folder, I should say, no matter how wide it is, would probably fit in here just fine. Balisongs being a little bit more narrow, I could double them up, but I didn't want them rubbing on each other for obvious reasons, so I just have them in, you know, single pockets. But if you notice, there's 2 skinny pockets on the ends here. Okay, these are actually meant for Benchmade pens. Now you can put any pens in there. I actually had a collection of Benchmade pens. I had their Damascus pen, and I had 2 of their aluminum pens, but I had since traded those. So unfortunately, I can't use those for pens. And even though there's a whole Benchmade thing I got going on here, I do have a Taylor, the Master Balisong in here, which is a pen style Balisong, which is vintage. I'm sure I've done a video on this before, but it looks like 2 pens in the pocket. All right, that's all you would see. But then obviously we have a Balisong in here, right? And this is from Taylor Seto. But I just slipped that in there just because it happened to fit, and it's a Balisong. But normally you would have 4 knives on the bottom, 4 knives on the top, 3 in the middle, which gives you 11 knives and 2 pens, which is kind of odd. I want to say that the BladeHQ version of this just has 4, 4, and 4, but I don't know offhand. But I know they don't have the pen pockets. They're just evenly distributed. But pretty cool pouches, again, for $14 to $17, wherever you happen to get it, you know, plus shipping, let's say 20, 25 bucks tops. It's a pretty cool case. But I wanted to share this with you guys to let you know I did end up getting another case, just not the original one. I'll always be on the hunt for this one. It's funny, actually, my parents just took a trip, and this was right after I made this video, but they took a trip personally down to Lancaster. And while they were down there, they saw my video. I talked to them, obviously, my parents. Talked to them all the time, told them, you know, about the whole story with eBay. And they went into Country Knives to see if they still have them. Thumbs up for old mom and dad there. Just super cool. I knew there was no chance they'd have one, but how cool is that they stopped in and checked for me anyway. Love my parents. I hope you guys love yours too. But anyway, there's a patch on the inside here, so if you happen to have like, you know, specific different types of patches, you can throw it in there if you wanted to. There's also a patch on the outside as well. Now this one is branded Benchmade, but even if you have the BladeHQ ones, you could throw whatever patch you want. Like let's say you happen to have a Spyderco patch, you know, for the BladeHQ ones, and you throw a Spyderco patch on there, then that case will be dedicated for your Spydercos and so forth. All right, it's just kind of cool to have the little space there. But yeah, and then these just snap in. You can adjust this so it's nice and snug. So I did end up with another case, and I'm happy with it. I'm very happy with this this case. Of course, made in USA. All right, on the back there, a little tag. You guys saw that. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, 60 bucks, it's a lot of money for a case. But you know, as you heard in the other video, I was willing to spend up to $150 for the original one here. I will get more cases in the future. Actually, I'm ordering some binder cases, which I've talked about probably in multiple videos, but when those arrive, I will do another video on them again because they're a cheaper option. They're like 15 bucks as well, but they hold 16 knives, and it's just the style that I prefer, just because I have a bunch of other ones. But there's just so many different ways to store your knives. There's all kinds of, you know, nice wooden containers, and of course a lot of people like you know, having the you know, the hard cases with the foam inserts and stuff and the cutouts. It just depends on your style. There's soft cases, you know, hard cases, big cases, small cases, depends on how big your knife collection is. I have a little of everything. You know, I have knives, and like specifically my case trapper collection is in a hard case with the pluck foam, and I just plucked, you know, the different, you know, pieces out there so they won't be rubbing. But I've used everything for knife storage, everything under the sun. This just happens to be the newest addition to the collection here. At least it's a genuine, you know, Benchmade case for my Benchmade knives. All right. I do want to get a Spyderco pack, Spidey pack. I forget what it's called exactly, but same deal. It's very similar to this. They roll out. They have clear faces there. You can hang them on a door. They have really long ones, or you know, smaller ones depending on your collection. But eventually, I like to get one of those for my PM2 collection. It'd just be kind of cool to be able to unroll it and hang it up real quick and display them like that if I want to go through them or show someone, or if I want to, you know, carry one of them or something. So that's in my crosshairs for the future purchase for the next knife storage stuff. But let me know down in the comment section, how do you store your knives? I mean, you might have 5 knives and you just keep in your dresser drawer. I don't know. You might have 5,000 knives and you keep them all over the place like I do. Half my knives aren't even here in my house. I literally have them at family's house because I just have no place to put them. More so, I would say I kind of split up my collection with the expensive stuff just for security reasons, in case everyone broke in or something. I mean, that's why you have insurance. I have insurance and everything if something was stolen, but at least I won't lose everything. You know, half my guns, half my knives, half all my, you know, silver, gold, that kind of stuff. I always split that things up among different locations for that reason. You know, and you guys should too if you have any kind of collection. You know, as your collection builds, you might want to think about that, you know, splitting them up, even if you have a safety deposit box, depending on, you know, how much you have and what it's actually worth. If your whole knife collection is worth 200 bucks, probably not worth looking into. But I know guys who have probably, you know, 10, 20, $50,000 worth of knives sitting in one spot in their home. But anyway, just kind of throwing it out there to have the idea of splitting up your collections and having that at several locations, or, you know, renting safety deposit box or renting storage units, things like that. Sometimes those fees can be pretty low, especially if you have like a knife collection or something. You can get a storage unit for 10 bucks a month. You know what I mean? Go in there, put it in a couple of your cases, and just know that it's at a separate location in case your house ever got broken into or something. But even more so, make sure your stuff is insured. You know, if you don't have collector's insurance, make sure your homeowner's insurance will cover it, your renter's insurance, whatever your situation is. Because God forbid there's a fire or a flood or a, you know, robbery, anything like that, it'd just be devastating to lose all of your lovables. You know what I mean? A lot of us spend a good amount of money on our knives and our hobbies and stuff, and you definitely don't want to lose that from some tragedy. So anyway, that's all. Just let me know down in the comment section if you guys are rocking one of these or one of those. Probably not that. Probably not this either, to be honest. But let me know how you store your knives. I love to hear it. I'm always looking for new ideas as well. So that's all. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.